What is up YouTube, and welcome to this Supergirl video. If you're new to the channel, please consider leaving a like and a subscribe down below if you did enjoy the video. And well, this is a bit of a begrudging video for Supergirl. I was going to do an MCU video or a Flash video, but I wanted to talk about something about Supergirl just because I felt like talking about Supergirl and how the show is... it's just not great at the moment. It's just really, really dull, drawn out, and has way too much going on, which sounds like a bit of a contradictory thing to say when I say that it's boring, but there's too much going on. Yeah, I get it. But one of the biggest things this episode was the fact that we returned to Krypton, technically, albeit part of it was Argo City, the childhood home of our Supergirl. However, I was very happy to avoid all trailers for this because I haven't been keeping up on my extracurricular activities for this channel for Supergirl because I just find it so dull and it's a boring love story, and the Reign storyline does everything that they do in the CW. They think they've beaten the villain, but she's still going towards the end of the season. Yeah, it's just tired, lame, and just a tad weak. But one of the coolest things, like I said, was the return to Argo City. Now, that gives us a hint towards that, well, there is more afoot here in this season than we really expected. And it goes to show that the person in the Fortress of Death, or whatever the World Killer Fortress was called, well, that was not a hologram. That was not a hologram like we had in the Fortress of Solitude with Jor-El, but this was an actual physical manifestation, or at least a kind of Skype, an interdimensional Skype, I guess, for Reign and her world killer creator. That person who, we find out, is on the council of Argo City. So she is there chewing the fat with everyone else, no one else knowing that she created 3 absolute mental cases world killers. Now, I find that the most interesting part is this town, this city of Argo, and the fact that it's still survived and everyone is able to walk around normally, and well, they're just growing and they're on this asteroid. So it's pretty cool that that's still around, and I feel like there's a lot more to explore in Argo City. I'm wondering if we will learn about the World Killer's creations, or at least the rest of Argo City will learn who this person actually is, this creator of the World Killers, and what Kara's mother actually has to do with this. Because if you remember at the start of the season, Reign was seeing weird visions of Kara's mother. So it was really odd there. So I'm not sure how much of a actual player she was in the creation of these things. Now, she did create Fort Raz as well, so could this be another way of her accidentally creating these things and having to sort of destroy what she loves, which is Argo City, to help out? Although weirdly, the stone was actually given to her. Well, the final vote was the creator of the World Killers, so she is off, you know, doing this weird sort of, I'm going to help you, but in the secret, I want to kill everything at all existence, weirdly. But I want to know how much of this cult of the World Killers exists in Argo City. Now, while everything was destroyed, I would possibly expect that this cult would survive, as they can use this whole thing, this whole destruction, as a way of them saying that, yeah, I told you so, you should join us, we're going to destroy everything for some reason. But I think that storyline may manifest next season, but there is a way that the Argo City storyline, if it does survive, and the city does survive this season, well, I think how they could actually come back is based in the comics. Now, Argo City in the comics did survive, and funnily enough, we actually had all the relatives of Kara survive on Argo City. Her father and aunt, and that, it's just her mother here who is alive, but what actually happened was the shields. So we had mentioned in this episode that the shields were overpowered to try and survive this destruction of Krypton, and this was used by her father. But they sent her to Earth just as a precaution, which I can completely understand. Why they didn't build pods to send all of the kids there, I don't know. Bit of a dick move, really, isn't it? But the canon, this is big part of the canon here, and what happened is that these shields were actually Kaluan technology. So Brainiac actually invaded Krypton. If you've been watching Krypton, Brainiac this is the origin of him trying to take Kandor. I haven't finished watching Krypton just yet. I'm saving it for once all of these shows are done, and I'm going to chill and watch it and binge watch it all in one sitting. But what is happening here is the fact that this technology was taken by her father once Brainiac had left and had taken Kandor for himself. So, with that in mind, what actually happened is we did see Argo City taken by Brainiac when it returned and found out that his technology was being used. Now, we do have Brainiac 5, who is a descendant of Brainiac and is from the planet Kolu, which is a planet where all the Brainiac descendants all live. So, it's not out of the realm of possibility that Brainiac could return, and this could be the villain for next season. Now, while we do have someone else who could be a Manchester Black style character. Now, Manchester Black was a villain of Superman and had a group called the Elite, who they went around and trying to actually kill heroes because they deemed them not that good. Now, this could be simply a minor character and could set up or be the start of the season. He's dispatched, and then we could see Brainiac possibly return as well. Now, that's a big of a long shot, but please do hit that like if you think it might happen. Subscribe as well if you want more content, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.